Namaste, yogis and yoginis. Welcome once again to Yoga with Vic. Today we have a special treat for runners, but also for anyone who wants to stretch the lower body and strengthen the upper body, because that's what we're going to do today. So if you're ready to get started, remember this is something you might want to come over and over and over again if you are a runner or you want to do those exercises or those stretches and strengthening exercises we're talking about. And if you know somebody who is running all the time but is not taking care of their body, and I know because I was there, and funny enough, that's how I got started with yoga, because I used to be a runner and I felt that I needed to compensate somehow my running, and I got into yoga. And look at me a couple of decades later. Anyway, let's get started. Let's go to all fours. Our beautiful cats and cows. Remember, wrist under the shoulders and is under the hips. So open the fingers, your indexes are kind of parallel, and just drop the belly, tailbone up to the sky, arch the spine when you inhale. And when you exhale, arch the spine towards the sky. Belly button goes towards the spine, also lifting and separating the shoulder blades. And drop an inhale. And at your own rhythm, there's no right or wrong. Just accentuate the moves as you drop the belly and get the shoulder blades together. Tailbone really goes up. And when you exhale, feel that emptiness in the belly. Make that hollow move. And just do it. And if you want to do it a bit more organically, where you actually add some movement, because you feel that your body's stiff and you need some little movement here and there from one side or the other side. Just do whatever feels good. It's about feeling fabulous, not about following precisely my instructions. Remember, the yoga is always experimented in your own body. You don't have my body or anybody else's body. It's your own. So make it feel as it works. And if you want to do also bigger circles, whatever it is, just to move that fascia, those muscles, those joints, everything in your body that needs to get a little bit of movement after being running or after being doing an exercise or after not doing an exercise whatsoever. That's also true. Okay, let's go. Put the toes together, open the knees slightly. Let's go towards child's pose, malasana, and stretch your fingers towards the top of the mat. Walk them a little bit further. Oh, making your spine so long. Oh, this feels so fantastic. Whether you ran or not. And now bring both hands towards the right side of the mat. Climb the left on top of the right. And expand the whole left side of the ribs, waist, lower back, giving yourself that beautiful extension that you deserve so much. And then we're gonna go towards the left side of the mat, and then the right hand's gonna climb on top of the left. And now the right side is getting that beautiful stretch and elongation. And breathe into that part of the lung. Also, all the ribs getting a bit more space, the intercostals. That when we ran a lot, tend to be also collapsing. Everything collapses with a little bumps and jumps. So let's go to the center. Beautifully. And now, come back to our fours. Leave the hands a little bit forward. Tuck the toes. And yes, we're going to go to this beautiful downward dog. And God, it feels good on the calves and the hamstrings. Remember to push yourself, open the fingers a lot. Push yourself away from the mat so the hips go up and back. So the weight is going to go towards the heels. And both heels at a time is going to be challenging, but go one heel at a time, pedal the feet, and feel that, yes, that hamstring stretch. That feels so absolutely fabulous. Oh, yeah, the ilium, everything, the hamstrings, especially the calves. That feels so fabulous. So pedal, do it again to your own rhythm, pairing it with the inhale and the exhale, lowering the heel as much as you can, as much as your body allows you. And then from here, we're going to lift the right leg. Doesn't have to go very high, just parallel a bit higher or whatever you want. The toes are looking down, and then you bring it to the belly, towards the nose, and then tilt forward for one. Inhale, bring it back, and exhale, we bring it forward. And now we do a little bit of a push-up, so elbows bent, and then bring it up. And what was that? That was working a little bit of the upper body. And don't worry, the next one we're going to go all the way with the foot between hands. Oopsie, oop. And then lower the knee on the ground and tuck the toes. And this might be already plenty for most of you. So if this is already plenty, just leave it there. Maybe you want blocks. I forgot to bring my blocks. You can put them underneath the hands, or you can just climb on your knee. If this feels good, maybe you want to come up and arch a little bit on the back, and then you're sort of saying, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. In any case, whether you're lower with blocks or not, whether you're in your knee or whether you're up here, you're stretching your hip flexor that needs so much love, especially after those kilometers. Open. If you're here, you can also grab your fingers, interlace them, and open the chest, because we also tend to move the shoulders forward, so we have to compensate for that forward position. And then from here, we'll put again the hands on the ground, and the hips go backward, and the foot goes up, so the toes up to the ceiling, stretching again the calves, the hamstrings, and lowering the chest towards the thigh. Inhale, let's go and stretch the psoas, look up, and exhale, bring the hip backwards, toes looking up, and we're going all the way down towards the thigh. Your own rhythm again, inhaling, moving forward and up, exhaling, backwards and down. Inhale, take it forwards. Maybe you want to close your eyes if you feel better, more integrated into the muscle movement. And then exhale and go a little bit lower. Maybe bring the chest towards the thigh, the forehead towards the knee. Last one, make it count. And exhale. And enjoy that beautiful thing. Let's inhale, go to the front, tuck the toes, put the hands a little bit forward towards the top of the mat. Push yourself up and bring the leg up to the sky, left leg at this moment, because we've been working with the right in front of us. If this is enough, just keep it here. Maybe try to lift and lower the body a little bit more. Big stretch again, the back of the thigh. And if you want to try something, bend the left knee. The left hand is really tight on the floor so that you have balance. And with the right hand, you're going to grab your foot, the top of a foot, and you're going to bring it towards your butt. And with that said, we're going to try to lift the knee up to the sky and feel the stretch. You probably feel it in the quadriceps. Very strong. If you feel this is too much of a balance pose, stay where you were before. Then release and bring the left foot behind the right foot, crisscrossing. And then from here, we're going to inhale. Bring the hands to the knees, extend the spine, make it flat. And we do the tabletop, and then exhale and fold. IT band, also calf, everything gets stretched here. Inhale, extend, flat back, exhale and fold. And then again, inhale, extend, exhale, fold a little bit deeper, a little bit longer, maybe a little bit closer the chest to the thighs. Take a couple of inhales and exhales here. I know it hurts a little bit. It doesn't feel super comfy. That's what stretching is about. And then inhale, come all the way up to the sky. Slowly, don't lose balance. And then grab the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Open the chest and look up to the sky. And open that chest. Open the shoulders. That have been all the time just moving forward like this, and open them now. Make sure that chest is proud and receiving. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath, otherwise you get purple. You can fan, you can do lion's breath if that feels good. So inhale. Stick the tongue out. Now for the last one. And then we exhale, we go all the way down. Keep the hands interlaced. Feel that balance. Be careful. Slow down. All the way down. All the way down. Very slowly. And bring those arms as forward as you can. And then release. Hands on the ground. The left leg goes up again. But this time lands on the back of the mat. And we stay here. We move it slightly. The right foot towards the right. And then from here we're going to do, there's a bit of a distance, the right hand comes up, twist as much as you can, elongate, and then the right hand and the right elbow are going to come all the way down towards the ground. Again, working on that hip. Inhale, open and rotate, reach up to the sky, open the arm, open the hand, and then lower hand, lower elbow, all the way down. We're still not touching with the knee on the ground. We're still floating it. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go down. 2 more. Inhale, rotate. Feel that spine just twisting and going down, bending both elbows, going all the way down as low as you can. And last one, inhale, open up, and exhale all the way down. Beautiful. We heel toe, the foot towards the middle, come with a hand, and let's go back to downward dog. Beautiful. And then from here, guess what? We have a second side. So left leg goes up, and now it comes to the belly, to the nose, for abdominal. Go up, and that second one that was so weird, including the push-up. Come forward, and then do the little push-up. Yes, upper body work, and then come up. Inhale and exhale. Foot between both hands, and lower the knee to the ground, and tuck the toes. And again, if this was your position, that was beautiful. If you wanted the blocks, that was amazing too. If you want to come to your knee, your soul is going to thank you or hate you, whatever both can be. And if your soul is saying, hey, we're good here, then we come up, and then we arch the spine. And I could feel mine. I wasn't running, but I was doing all sorts of activities, and I feel it very much. So whatever it is, just take a couple of inhales and exhales here. Whatever you find your pose. Whoa. And then from here, lower the hands, and let's pulse this. Exhale towards the back, hips go backwards, toes go upwards, and the body goes all the way towards the thigh. Inhale, front. We can grasp with the fingers on the top, or you can also come up here if you have time. And then exhale, go backwards, belly towards the thigh, forehead towards the knee or the calf. Or the calf will be with the shin. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. That beautiful stretch of all the back side of the leg. Inhale, maybe climb if you have time, it feels great. Exhale, lower, and give that laugh to the back side. Inhale, find expansion. Open your chest if you have a little moment. Exhale, Lower your chest now, all the way down. Last one, inhale. Deep, deep. Maybe you even want to do a bit of an extension. And exhale. Let's go all the way down as much as you can. Come on, you can do this. Beautiful. Let's go forward. And then from here, we're going to tuck the toes and then bring it up to parallel to the road, parallel to the floor. And if it feels good and you want to try, fold the leg, bring the toes and the foot towards you. Maybe with the left hand, you grab the toes. Where are you, toes? Here you are. And then bring it towards the butt. And once you're here, you're already giving yourself a little bit of a stretch. Breathe the knee up to the sky as much as you can. And feel the stretch of the quadriceps and that balance. And that stretch also, by the way, of the back of the left leg. And hopefully you're not falling over. And if you do, just be careful and come up. Release. And then bring the right leg behind the left, crisscrossing. And then from here, we're going to do these beautiful extensions of the spine. Inhaling, extend the spine. Exhale and go down. Good morning again. Back of the right thigh. Inhale. Exhale, go down. Inhale, come up. Stretch the spine, make it super flat. Exhale, lower. One more. Oh, those backs. Inhale and exhale. And very, very slowly bring yourself up. Hands up to the sky. Don't lose balance. Try to find that equilibrium. Maybe bring the arms up. And then bring them behind you. Interlace the fingers. Maybe the other way. So if you normally put the top of the fingers is their left, just change the interlace of the fingers in any case. Whatever you did before, just change one finger differently. Open the chest. Look up to the sky. Arch the spine a little bit. And extend the arms as much as you can behind you. Openness of the heart, openness of the chest. Ready to receive. And from here, very slowly, we go down, forward, folding. The arms are keeping up, like someone is actually lifting them from us, like a little puppet, and we have a thread. So we go down so slowly, because you want to keep your balance. And then I'm still wobbling, so do the same if you can, just not fall. And then release the hands, bring them on the ground. Now, the right foot comes up and it comes to the back of the mat, landing on a high lunge. Let's heel toe a little bit the left foot towards the outside. Plant the right hand, and the left hand is going to come on a beautiful twist, expanding that spine, twisting it. And then bring the left elbow towards the ground, all the way, as much as you can. Inhale, open, 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 and twist. And there we are. And lower. Bring the elbow towards the ground, opening those hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go down. Inhale, twist it. And exhale, elbow towards the floor, as low as you can. Inhale, twist again. Take a couple of inhales and exhales here. Feel the power of those legs also. Those hips are going down towards the ground. The pelvis going towards the floor, towards the mat. And then lower the hand, put it outside of the left foot, and then bring it all back to downward dog. From downward dog, we're going to do some work on the upper body and the spine. So we're going to bring everything forward to plank. From plank, we're going to go towards chaturanga. So bend the elbows, go all the way down. Then exhale up. stay here. Let's go down all the way. And then we're going to do cobra, inhaling. As high as low as you wish. Shoulders go back, roll back. Exhale all the way down. Tuck the toes and push yourself. Separate the knees from the floor. Inhale, go up. Yes, plank. Exhale. Go down slowly, grazing with the elbows, the ribs. And tuck the toes. Inhale. Cobra. Shoulders back. The height that you wish. Exhale. Go down. Tuck the toes. You can use the knees if that's needed. Otherwise, leave them. And push yourself up. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly capturing yourself down. Inhale and tuck the toes. Cobra, shoulders back. Look up, open your chest. Exhale, lower. Chest to the ground. And tuck the toes. Again, you can use the knees if you need to, but otherwise lift them and push yourself up. Inhale, exhale. Hold yourself on the way down. Inhale and tuck the toes. Cobra. Open, lift the chest. Exhale, lower the chest. All the way. The last one. Are you ready? Make it count. Lift the knees, push yourself up. The big inhale, like a plank, because you are a plank. And lower also, very steady. And the last one. Cobra, tucking the toes, opening the chest, rolling the shoulders back. And then lower all the way. Beautiful. Oh, we worked here, triceps, shoulders, pretty much everything. Now tuck the toes, leave your hips all the way to downward dog. And then from here, open the feet. And to the mat, looking outwards. And we're going towards malasana, yogi squat. And from a yogi squat, and we're going to work a little bit on the mobility of the ankles. Let's try how it works for the balance. So we're going to be inhaling, and we're going to push with the elbows, the knees, opening, opening, opening. And then on the exhale, we're going to push with the knees, the elbows, close the elbows, and then go forward, arching the spine, having a little bit of a hump, very unusual in yoga, and then pointing the fingers and the hands towards the ground. So we are really separating the shoulder blades here and getting the knees pushing together the elbows. Inhale, elbows push the knees, go onto your toes if you can. Exhale, lower to your heels, push with the knees, the elbows, and go down all the way. Inhale, open, and maybe climb on your toes. Exhale, lower, push with the knees, the elbows, close, and bend the spine, lowering the neck. Inhale, open, maybe climb. Just brow that goes out. Exhale, chest retrieves. And we go lower, we go into our little cocoon. Inhale, open. Again, try to go on the toes if you can. Those ankles giving a little bit of work. And then land and close everything. And now we're going to release. Pluck the butt on the ground. Let's go on our backs. And okie doke. Beautiful. Now with the right leg, we're just going to be on our back. Relax everything. Lift the right leg. And let's go circles towards, let's say, clockwise. As big as you can. Feeling the hip socket. Just getting into the right place. And also engaging a little bit the abs. Turn to the other side. Some mobility of the hip. Get that synovial fluid. And that hip socket, which is huge and so strong. And that you're using all the time while running. Okay, now we're going to do the same movement, but with the knee bent. So bring it towards your chest and then do circles. You can use your hand to guide it or not. You can just get the knee to circle around, opening the hip to the side as much as possible and closing it towards the left. And then change the side, change the movement, the direction. Oh, that feels already intense, even though we've been doing hip stretching for the last few minutes. Okay, bring the leg towards you, lift the sole of a foot to the sky, and then grab the outside of the foot, maybe the toe, or if you can't either of them, just grab the back of the thigh as you are now, or maybe the cuff, whatever works for you. And let's do half happy baby, stirrup, whatever you want to call it. And lower the knee towards the ground, opening the hip. It feels so good. At least it does to me. I hope it does to you too. You can have a little bit of movement. Just push it gently towards the ground. Lower and lower. And now from here, we're going to bring again the knee towards the chest. The right hand is going to go towards the right side. And guess what? We're doing a beautiful spinal twist. So left hand is moving the right leg towards the left. We're looking right. Keep the shoulder glued to the floor. And you don't have to touch with the knee on the ground. You just have to feel that beautiful torsion that goes from your cervical spine to your lumbar spine all the way. Oh, this feels so beautiful. And then slowly come back. Bring both legs together. Give yourself a hug. No, we're not down. We have another side. And just straighten both the legs. And now we've got left. So start circling the leg, whichever direction, clockwise or anti-clockwise. We're going to do both. Make big circles. Inhale and exhale as you feel goes along, because we might be going quite fast. So change direction if you haven't yet. And feel that hip socket. Sometimes we hear this clock, 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 clock. Don't worry, you're not falling apart. That's normal. Maybe you're just falling in place. Okay, now we're going to bring the leg towards the chest and we're going to do all those circles. Again, you can use your hands if you want to guide the leg, or you can just let it go around freely, roaming free like a little wild leg. And make the circles as big as possible. Make that knee painting like a big R, and then turn it around to the other side, different direction. And again, your abdominals are engaged here. Yeah, so it's a plus. It's always a secondary beautiful effect. Okay, just bring it towards the armpit. Then now lift the sole of a foot towards the sky. And whether you grab the back of the thigh, the calf, the outside of the foot, or the toe, whatever you are at, that is incredibly beautiful. And now just bring the knee towards the ground. Want to maybe rock it a little bit. That's also fine. Just bring it down. Make it feel super heavy. Inhale and exhale and down all the way. Inhale deeply. Exhale. A bit lower, a bit lower, a bit lower. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Push down. Oh, yes. Okay, from here, bring the knee towards the chest. Grab it with the right hand. The left hand is going to extend to the side, and the right hand is going to push the left leg towards the right. And we're going to look left. So I'm going to look at you right now. And again, my left knee is not touching the floor, which is okay. It doesn't have to. The important thing is we still keep the left shoulder glued to the floor. Find that torsion, that rotation. And feel that spine really getting some new spaces between the vertebrae. Oh, this feels so great. And again, pops and cracks are very common here. So don't freak out if you hear like cluck cluck. That's because it's coming into place. Then bring both feet and both knees and everything together towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Maybe bring the forehead towards the knees. Inhale. Take another inhale. Another one. And release everything. Relax. Palms looking up. Legs slightly separated to your own degree. Just shoulders go down all the way heavy. Neck is long, so just a slight tuck of the chin. Or the back of the skull is just landing heavily on the ground. And just feel that elongation that you just gained. And a little bit more of the upper body strength. Also a few core strengthening moves that are going to help us with stabilization, balance. Everything you just did is going to help you in your running, in your walking, in your daily life, in the way you face your routines, your days. And now integrate everything. Let it sink. Let it rest. Relax. And allow me to invite you to stay here for another couple of minutes, or 5 or 10, a little nap. And if you're coming up with me, you can start wiggling toes and fingers. Give yourself another big stretch. And the one we did maybe a few minutes ago. Give yourself a big sigh. And you can just roll to one side or the other. Make yourself a little ball or rock and roll yourself to a cross-legged seat. Whichever way, slowly go up to cross-legged, no rush. And then put your hands in front of your chest in a gesture of gratitude, lowering your chin slightly, looking inwards. So that beautiful heart of ours that takes us through all this running, through all the yoga, through all the sleep. It doesn't matter, it doesn't stop, it's 24/7. It's always there for us. Thank you, heart, and thank you, body, for keeping up with our lives and giving us also the wisdom and sometimes the signals to say, hey, enough, or hey, I need this. Let's keep communicating that beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous body of ours. This said, grab your palms, make some heat, bring them in front of your eyes, feel that warmth. And remember to take this practice out of the mat into your life. Remember to always stretch what it needs stretching and strengthen what it needs strengthen. Not only physically, but also mentally. Sometimes we need to be more flexible. Sometimes we need to be stronger. Open your eyes with a big smile. And thank you so very much again for being with me today. As I mentioned earlier, if you're a normal runner, you know that you do this, you run quite often, this is something you should do. Ideally after every session, but at least twice a week, whenever you feel like your body's asking for a stretch, if you're not a runner, you're just a normal yogi, this is a beautiful practice also to get some more spaces in the lower body and some more strength on the upper body. So in any case, save it for the next time, because otherwise you will like, what was the name of that? Well, I'll put runners so that you can remember somehow. It's easier to locate, but in any case, save it and share it with someone who might need it. And if you haven't subscribed, come on, subscribe, because otherwise you will forget that I actually post a lot of classes every single week. So, there's around 400 videos. You can go around and look for whatever you want to the search or go to the playlist. In any case, I'm always honored, and it's always a great pleasure to have you. See you very shortly. Namaste.